Hi everyone, just jumped on here to do a, let's just say, 2020 planning update. This is where I'm at now. I know I haven't really done a good 2020 flip yet of my system, but I have been in such a planner funk and such planner confusion that I really didn't want to come on here until at least I felt a little bit better. I'm still confused. I'm still not sure that I will continue to use these three planners. I tend to be an all-in-one planner. I feel better about that, and then one for on the go. And I don't know what that's gonna look like yet, but I wanted to show you what I did have because I do think that I have three beautiful planners here and I love all three of them. These are all by Julio. This is the Pocket Mia Cara. This is in the Miss Piggy collection they had, the Muppet collection. And it's just, I mean, it's so cute, you guys. It's so soft. I love the leather. It's very soft and shiny. And it feels great carrying it. I just love the chubby strap. So I prefer this over a pocket if I'm gonna use a pocket ring for on the go. This is an A6 Appunto. This is the new black croc. I just got it a week or two ago and at this last release, and I do love this one as well. It is a little bit different than my older croc, but it's minimal. You can see they both have that gorgeous shine that the matte croc does have. So this is my A6 Appunto, and then my personal rings that I have been using and have stayed true to. But I did make some changes to it because I have three planners now and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to use them all, which is really getting overwhelming, and I very well may end up just going back to two because that's where my comfort zone is. It's just, yeah. So let's start by showing you my Pocket Mia Cara Miss Piggy. Isn't she so pretty, and don't you just love the shine? The color's gorgeous, guys. I don't know if it's coming through on the camera just as it should, but it is a pale, pale pink. I'm guessing similar to the Lotus, and I'm smitten with the color. It's the, my setup. It's not really that I'm not smitten with my setup. It's that I'm undecided between Pocket for on the go and just my Appunto for on the go. So that's where I'm at right now. But let me just show you. I love how it has a chubby strap. Inside, I'm using this front popper pocket for stickers and Post-it notes. I don't have a lot back in the back pocket here yet, but I'm assuming as I'm using this out and about, I'll be sticking receipts and stuff in there that I'll need to transfer to my main planner. Inside, I just have some deco. Yes, I do know that this is a Mia Cara that is meant to be used as a wallet planner combination, but I don't tend to feel real comfortable doing that. And I also feel, I love my wallets. So I don't really feel that that's me. And I know that that's a huge thing to use the Pocket Mia Cara for, which is another reason why I'm not really sure that this will stay as part of my system. So in here I have a picture of my husband, just some notes, some important information I can't show you, an online order. This is SM Plans, and a few blank sheets of paper. These rings are really small, so you can't get a ton of stuff in them. But I mean, for me, I have quite a lot. I'm happy with the amount that I have in it, and it turns fine. I made my dashboards just out of paper I got from Hobby Lobby with tabs from the Planner Society. Picture of my son and Zoe. This is an SM Plans Year at a Glance, and I love hers because on the front you have the Year at a Glance, but then you have the holidays on the back. This is her month on one page, and I also have this insert, which is my favorite insert, my most used insert, and the one that I rely on the most. This is a month on 4-page by Marcia Bermucci. I do have a code for her, Renee15. I have this in my personal and in here. I don't know that I need it in here, so it may very well leave my pocket if I stay in this pocket, just because, I mean, this is like where I would write all my forward planning. This is where I, highlight different things for certain things that need to go in other places in my planning system, where I highlight for journaling. This is just an awesome insert that I use for everything, but I don't need it in two places. Keeping up on that is a little hard. So I'm trying to just decide where I want it. But I do have this month on one page that I will keep in here. This one, I'm not sure. I mean, I'll keep it in my personal for sure. It's just if I'm keeping it in here or not. And I have the whole year in. My weekly, I have a picture of Zoe, of course, an inbox from SM Plans, and then another insert from Marcia Bermucci that I'm using for my daily or my weekly lists and my, I write my monthly appointments, calls I need to make, and things I need to get to the store. This is her Bujo Weekly, and I love it. It's very practical to use for exactly what I'm using it for, just to write down lists of things that you want to get done, and you have notes for when you're on the go. Here is how I decorated it this week. I made a little grocery cart to do. I need to call. My friend Kim made this for me. I actually put a no spend because I have good intentions this week to be better and going forward be better. As long as I can just pick a planner, right guys? You know what it's like. So, and I also have that in with, this is another Marcia Bermucci, which is the minimal, I think it's weekend for page. But I love this one. This I had in my personal because it is my main source of planning. This is where I write everything. I write my lists out for each day. And I wasn't keeping dailies in my personal, just this, which it worked as dailies because it's kind of a weekly and a daily. I put my appointments down here, things to do. I even put the weather. So, and that was rest of this week, and here's this week. And that's all I have in there. I just have a couple weeks in there right now. I did add dailies, a couple more pictures. These dailies are one of my favorite dailies. They are from Printable Kate. I have a code for her, Renee20, and what I was doing is, writing out my list, the Bujo, using the Bujo, and then using these dailies as I was out and about, which I think I'm going to go back to. It's just this insert right here really works for my brain for processing what I want to do each day ahead of time. So I may keep all three of them in here. And then when I'm actually out and about, this is what I'm going to write down, notes that I either need to put back in here in my personal, or things that I need to do while I'm out that aren't on the other list. I don't know. I haven't quite worked it all out yet. Personal section is my medical. I keep track of certain things for the doctor, and then I have some blank paper. I also, because I'm not sure that I'll be using this for my medical, I put a little book back here. This seems to work really well with my medical information in it. Might be a little bit easier to write in than the rings. Or if I end up going back to not using a pocket ring and staying with my A6, I have that stuff I can pop in there easily. And I did, not accidentally throw it away. So anyway, that is my pocket Mia Cara. My full intentions here is to use this while on the go. And while I'm out and about, so I don't have to take my personal. That was my plan. So then that made my personal. I changed it to be more for things at home. Again, this is a Gillio black matte croc. I've just got some charms down here, and this planner is everything to me. I've been doing all of my planning in here, and it's been working. The only thing I was struggling with was, taking it out and about with me because it's heavy, and which is why I got the Mia Cara. But I just don't know yet what will come of what I'm doing. So right now I'm still in a little bit of flux, but I'm trying everything. I'm just trying it and seeing how it works out. And I have a plan how I want to use it. It's just, that may change as time goes on. So I just have, a card on my flyleaf. Nothing's really changed as far as deco because I had said I was going to change my deco and never did because I got the Mia Cara and basically focused on that. So this is all the same. Important information up here, child information from SM Plans. I have to put Zoe's information on along with her school information. Notes from her. My monthly tasks I'm going to fill out. This is also SM Plans. Some little tiny grid paper from Accessivy, which I love. These dividers, my friend Kim made me. I cut them. She designed them. She has them on her Etsy shop. It is Planner Kim's shop. And, these are great. So if you love them, you can message her or contact her on the Etsy shop. Another divider. This is all the same. I have my inbox, things I have to take care of. And this is where things started to change. I have another SM plans. I have my important dates from Printable Kate. My key code. These are from Sesavi. These are my monthly overviews, and I use them in conjunction with my Marcia Bermucci, my master monthly, I call it. It's just everything to me because I can use it for so much. And here's what it looks like blank. And then after that, I took out all the rest of my planning stuff. So I only have my monthly in here. I don't know that this will work for me, but again, I'm trying my weekly here and I'm trying my daily here. So I don't need it in two places. So then, you know, it gave me a little bit more room. So I added a few more things. My finance is pretty much the same. I added a few things in the back here. I can do this without showing you. I did online orders. This is a Peanuts planner call. This is things I want for my planner. This is from Printable Kate. And I also added this from Printable Kate so that I can kind of keep track of how much I'm spending every month on planning stuff. The rest of that's my personal stuff. And then I got into my health section. Goal, I didn't even write out February yet, but these were kind of where I was at for January. February is much the same, so I just really kind of need to update that. I added in morning routine, which is upside down. I don't know how I did that. Family medical information, so I'll put some highlighted stuff here for me and then my husband. And then this is stuff that I keep track of, like if I'm having seizures, stuff like that. I just want to see how many a year at a glance. My medication, which has changed. My husband's medication. Headaches, stomach issues, stuff like that that I'm keeping track of. This is where I want to keep track of my steps, which clearly I haven't started it yet. And then that's kind of a health log and my blood work that I need to keep track of. Some blank paper, some notes. It's just grid paper and this lined paper from Marcia Bermucci. Here I have some movies I want to see, some things I want to declutter, books I want to read, things I want to do with Zoe. I'm going to start writing those things down. I have my weekly checklist. I have this list insert from Better Over Perfect, so it's great for, you know, making lists. I have a divider from Filofax that I just stuck Post-its on. My nephew's getting married, so I have his registry stuff there and a flyleaf and then cute stuff in the pocket. In the back I keep my deposit slips and banking information. And over here I keep my things I need to add to my checkbook register, which is here. I also keep some stamps in here somewhere right back here. And that's it for my personal. So not a lot's changed, but some has changed. I lost all the planning in it. I'm not sure I'm really happy about that, but I want to give it a try and see how it goes. So that's those two. Then I have my A6 Apunto, which has served me very well for the last couple years. I do have a Nanami Cafe note in here, so you saw how thick that thing was last year. I used this for last year and for dailies. It's what I would take with me. It's just, it worked. And I don't know why I'm fussing with the system and trying to add this thing in here. I guess just because I like the small rings too. But I don't know why I always mess with what works, you know? I'm sure we all do this. We all mess with what works. So I'm going to show you this real quick so far what I've done this year. I took a little bit of the deco out of here. I have this picture of Zoe in here. I did the same picture again because I just love this picture and I thought it looked good with the black. I have a few blank pages, but you can see this is serving like as my daily reflection. I can use it for a brain dump. I can use it for notes. I can use it for, you know, writing my Bible verse, writing how I feel the day. And it worked for me last year, and there's no reason it wouldn't work for me this year. And I was totally content. Well, never content, right? But it was working, these two together, my personal rings with my Apunto. And yeah. So here is Another Sierra monthly overview. I just washi down here. And this I use for appointments. I just kind of drew this out for the year to keep track of appointments or anything I need to remember that might be on a different page in here. It's kind of an index, but it's kind of appointments too. It's kind of multi-purpose. I just love my book, guys. I love my book. At the beginning of every month, well, January and February, and last year what I did is I put in a January overview. I'd write down the important days for the month, and then I'd write down a monthly highlight, the things that stuck out for the month. And because it's my husband's and Zoe's birthday in January, a couple days apart, I put a picture here. Last year I put gratitude here, but I never was good at sticking with it. I was never good at keeping up on it. So this year I decided to put a picture that most reflected the month there. For the first couple weeks, I just did weeklies, you know, because it kind of went as it goes. The 6th, I started writing some to-dos, and I wasn't filling my page. And then I was like, maybe I can just start doing pages as I go and not pre-count out my pages, just like put Monday here, Tuesday here, Wednesday here, whatever, however it works, and not be so particular with it, because last year I was very particular with how it looked and how I did it, and it was a little bit of a hindrance because then I was too worried about how it looked instead of how it functioned. So, but I also thought that if I had this much extra room going forward, I could put a little picture here, you know, just an idea. But I don't want this to get too big because I want it to be my whole year. So you can see that particular week, I didn't really write anything extra. I didn't write how I felt. I didn't write my Bible verses. I didn't do anything. So this kind of gave me a good indication of how much I really needed for the days that particular week. Sorry about that. And then, you know, this day was a party. So, you know, I didn't really have much. It's a Saturday. I don't do a lot on Saturdays as far as, you know, big things. So I just kind of wrote about the birthday party and, you know, not much. Then we get into a regular week where I'm writing, you know, the weather, my schedule, my to-dos, you know, kind of how I felt like it was busy, if we did anything special, if I was sick, had a lot of pain, and then I wrote my Bible verse. And I kind of like how this looks. And in this case, I would not put a picture on because there's no place to put it, but I kind of like it for that. And then I started thinking, well, I don't necessarily need to write all this stuff out. I even did some open book quotes here, or prompts here. But then I thought, well, you know, I don't necessarily have to write all that out in there, and I can start writing just notes. Like notes, take this with me and use this as my on-the-go, which is what I did last year, and go back to that again this year and not worry about making sure I have room for all this stuff, and stick Post-it notes to it if I want to, and just make it everything that I could ever need it to be. So we just kind of went on in here. I'm just going to show you. And then I got to February. And I don't have my highlight for the month yet, but I do know it's going to be about Zoe because she did a couple fun things this month, and I'm going to write that there. And these were the highlights, birthdays and stuff. Speaking of which, I need to message my sister-in-law. And then this was Zoe. She's all decorated in hearts, and that was super cute. So then we have, this is the week of the 10th and 11th. So the week of Valentine's week, I decorated a little bit. Again, my Bible verses are at the bottom. You know, it just depends on how much for the day, what I write. And this is this week. This is today. And this is what I did for decorating for next week. So not a lot. Flip forward. I've got enough for the whole year. And then we flip forward here. And I've got notes. I've got several blank pages so that I have notes. And I put a piece of washi here so that I can find it quickly. This is little things. This is where I'm going to do some lists. So I saved a few pages for lists. The next section is my personal section. I'm going to write my personal information here. And I'm not going to show you the rest of that because that is some of my medical stuff, some stuff for Zoe for school that I've stuck in there, and it's contacts, things like that. Note from Zoe, and that's it. So essentially, this works wonderful as my on-the-go planner. I don't need this, but I threw this in there anyway, just to confuse myself, right? Because that's what we do. But sorry, I do love rings. They're so cute and so functional. And I was actually, because I printed them larger, it was easy to use them. So anyway, this is my A6 Punto. This is also Giulio, the new black leather. So that's my system. That's where I'm at right now. And I'm still, as you can probably tell, a little bit still confused, but I love all three of the planners I have right now, and I feel grateful that I have them. So I want to make the best use of them. Anyway, I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions at any time, feel free to just send me a message here. Follow me on Instagram at Renee's Planner Place, or my Facebook group that is Rings, Strings, and All Planner Things. So anyway, I hope you all have a great day. Bye.